Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Jan. Hi, Sandy Marie. Hi, Ruth. Miss Lucy Holden. How's everyone doing tonight? Hi, my sis. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Margaret. Hi, Joanne. Hi, law student. That's good to hear. Hi, Ann. Figured I'd do a live tonight since I might not be able to do another live till the weekend. Hi, hot stuff. Hi, call out queen. I'm doing good. How are you, law student? So, did you guys see the post I made about Meta being found liable in the state of New Mexico for children being sexually exploited on their app and basically putting their income before the safety of children? Hi, hi, Jeff. Hi, most unique. And well, the state wanted a couple of $1 billion in damages, but the jury awarded them, I think, 374 million. But of course, Mark is going to appeal it, is what I heard. But other states will probably follow. And it's crazy because we see it all the time. Hi, Maribel. We see it all the time. And every time we report it, they don't even take it down. They don't give a restriction. They don't give anything. So it's about time that it's being brought to attention. I'm hoping that there'll be some changes because of it. But who knows, since he wants, well, even if he's wanting to appeal it, hopefully it'll, his attorneys will tell him, yo, you gotta cut back on that. Because all these states, well, it is, when one state does it, usually other states follow suit. Yeah, I believe that too. Especially, under a certain age, they definitely should. I do hope, Margaret, that other people follow suit. Hi, Sexy Fox, because it's ridiculous. And yes, they should hold the parents accountable because yes, does the blue app allow it to happen and not take it down? Yes. But their parents, I mean, there's an adult that's putting it out there. Hi, Elizabeth. I think Australia did something about, I guess, kids, certain kids under certain age can't be on social media, but I'm not 100% sure. And so hold on one minute, close this door. let's laugh about the better artist that is so determined to prove Don wrong that she's not going to go anywhere in the U.S. thinking that she did something real big by doing that damn interview. Talking about a limo. Girl, that was a damn, what they call that? An Uber Black. Think that's what they call it. That was nothing but a damn Uber SUV. Talking about a damn limo. And you dressed like you're in a damn wedding. I don't know where the hell she thought she was going. I heard the interview was a joke. I've heard some things about it. I haven't watched it, but I know the things that I've been told about it. I just laugh. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. And I did hear her say, I guess they were making fun of her nose chain. And I think they made fun of how she was dressed. Yeah, it was a joke, just like her. You know what I'm saying? And all her goats are making it sound like, she was on some major US, news station or something like that. That was an African, yeah, that was like an African podcast. They're not you if anybody looked at the real comment sections, post, she put everything on there about that station. I think I also shared it on my page. They don't have millions of followers. They're not in the top 100 of podcasts here in the United States. She didn't go nowhere with that. Hi, Deanna. It maybe I don't know hot stuff. She needs to ask one of her multiple personalities that. Maybe one of them knows what a limo is. I'm actually shocked what any parent would put their children online that way. Exactly. Yes, she wants to be a celebrity. She even said it. I'm a celebrity. That her goats have her, really thinking that she's a celebrity. She is not a celebrity. Is she known? Yes. But what is she known for? Shaking her ass, begging, cussing out, her own followers, telling them to kiss her ass, take medication, send her Amazon gifts. Or like when she was in New York, don't tell me to be careful, just send me stars. Yeah, she probably did pay for that. Let me see. Senate bill, the Child Content Creator Rights Act. This law applies if a minor is featured in at least 30% of a channel monetized content over a 30-day period. If account earned, she don't save nothing for them kids. She can say that all she wants to, but we know she don't save nothing. Yeah, stripper shoes. But I guess you gotta be ready at all times. You know what I'm saying? And that was the time to throw on one of her sorry wigs. Looked a hot damn mess. Hey, Deanna. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. XL SUV. Yeah, of course, she has no class. That her personalities don't know either. You're probably right about that one. You are probably right about that one. But Oh, hi, Iris. Iris. Lord, my damn speech ain't good tonight. I must be the only one that hasn't watched. I didn't watch the interview either. Most unique. I just, this is just things that I've heard, but I haven't watched it. Yeah, a lot of things that she's supposed to have a mandatory trust account, but I guarantee you she doesn't. That goes into her account. Yeah, she comes up with all the stupid ideas. It wouldn't surprise me if she paid for that interview. They didn't even know who the hell she was when she showed up there. Yeah, she did say that when she was New York. I sound I sound like a ooh, I hope it's not the one you talking about. Susan. Don't do that with me. I ain't nothing like her. Another shit show to add to her list. Exactly. And they're making this big old deal about it like, oh, she did this and she got an interview and a celebrity and blah blah. Child, please. That was probably the worst interview she had. And I think somebody told me she even had like a little argument with them or whatever. And then she was like, and they were the only two black people because everybody else there was white. Girl, stop talking about white people. Your children are half white. Jesus. It's sad to be known as a beggar and streetwalker. Exactly. Yeah, call out queen. I agree with you, but if she, I would be shocked if she has accounts for those girls. She says that she does, that she puts all their birthday money and things like that in their account. I don't believe that for a minute. The girl is too greedy. She says she's going to work. Yeah. Well, her children have seen her work already by shaking her ass and begging. They see her work every day. You're right about that, Cheryl. I think she said you can get it on, is it Spotify and Apple Music? I could be wrong. No, she didn't take her out of school. She left her in school and she went to go pick her up. Because they even had to tell her, don't forget Jay. Like, grown ass woman, you got people telling you not to forget your damn kid. Hi, Charmaine. Hi, Sharon. I've got a can of paint downstairs that I'm gonna use to be painting my kitchen cupboards with over the weekend. I think what you got that right. Watching that dry is better than watching probably that damn interview. Wherever she goes, wherever she goes, it's a train wreck. Yeah, that money is spent on travel, fine dining, Timu clothing, liquor, nose candy. Yeah, she told them she was going to be on TV, but you know what? Part of their court agreement, their divorce agreement, when it comes to the children, all important decisions are supposed to be, they have to discuss, they have to agree. You remember when she said that Jay couldn't do the Timu ad or whatever because the father wouldn't agree to it. Well, why didn't she ask him about this? Didn't he have a say of whether his children were so supposedly on what she considered TV? Yeah, she's ignorant. She looks stupid every single day. You got that right. They don't know anything, Ivy says. Yeah, she's going nowhere fast. But she, hi Janice, she is so determined. You know, she even says this on her lives now. Please, please, buy my album. Please buy my album. We need to prove to them that I can make it. What do you mean we? Your ghost ain't got nothing to do with you making it anywhere. You have made a bad name for yourself. And if you didn't already do it, you sure made it when you were hanging out with Don and Stony, when you were going to events, acting like you were better than everyone, acting entitled, being rude and disrespectful, walking around like I don't know what, like who goes to a celebrity event with two damn afro puffs in their head? You got a hairstyle for a 2-year old. Or big ass, flowers and bows, little girl bows in your head. You looked a hot damn mess. You made yourself look bad. Hi Janice. I don't know if I spoke. Hi Janice. I wonder if she spoke about that citation. I don't know if she spoke about that or not. But she said that she might cook next week just to spite him. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead and out there and cook again just for spite. Hi, Michelle. Lupe. What is it? Evangeline. She said that she was in New York for vacation. She was not on the list to perform. I seen that they penciled in. That was funny. Yeah, I mean, and what did that have to do? That had nothing to do with belly dancing. Her song had nothing to do with belly dancing. She really wasn't belly. She used that as like a little fake concert to like I guess promote her song. That's where she did that. She's live at the school right now. She's live at her school? Wait a minute. What do you mean she's live at Jay's school right now shaking around the classroom? Oh, is it parent teacher conference? Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. That she is in that child's school. Wow. Yeah, 154 is on all platforms. The latest podcast I saw they uploaded on Instagram was with a black bodybuilder. Yeah, it might be on all platforms, but they're not a they're not that well known. They're not in the top 100. Yeah, she A is starting to repeat talking about super things and stars, and I'm just like, wow. Yes, they really do believe she's a celebrity, and they're just they actually sit here and think that they just believe what they say, and they just feel, I guess, how if you say it enough it'll come true. Yeah, and they really think they're hurting somebody. They ain't hurting me. I heard her say that when she called her Pinky. I know they used to have this cartoon Pinky in the Brain. Well, no. Well, we know you're not the brain. Hi, Nicole. It's crazy. They're now trying to sexualize those young girls with AI. Exactly. Some of the pictures I have seen, I've seen Jay, but actually both of them were like in these little short skirts. And Jay had, with these little boots on with heels. Jay actually had on thigh high stockings. I was like, I had to look at it a second time. I said, I know this baby ain't got no thigh high stockings on. Makeup on. I'm just like, y'all taking this too far. That is just sad that they are doing them little girls like that. And stop making them AI videos of Horiana dressing her all up. That ain't how she dresses. She don't dress classy. Stop putting her out there in the pictures with the crown. She's not a queen and she's not a princess. And if she's a princess, she needs to prove it. Because guess what? When Prince Harry moved to the US from what is it, the UK or England, they announced it. It was all over the news. Every TV station. Prince Harry's moving to the US. He's moving to California. When she moved here, they didn't say shit because she ain't a princess. Anytime anybody, like a prince from Dubai or Saudi Arabia, if they move here, or even if they come visit here, it's announced. They didn't announce shit about her because she ain't no princess. She don't even take us to her village because they probably not even allowed in there anymore. Yeah, and I agree he needs to, but I don't. Look, he did it before, and that was the worst mistake he did. Okay, he decided not to fight for full custody. Okay, that was his right. But his biggest mistake was taking them girls, letting her put them back on social media. She was already sneaking them on as it is. But it's just like all the time. The kids can't even eat in peace. The court paperwork says they cannot be the main focus of the video. They are the main focus of all her videos. They were trying to get an interview before Stony. Now she was in New York, so who arranged it all? Probably. I mean, shoot, wouldn't surprise me if she contacted them. She has no money in any account for the girl. She spends the cash that she requested for Athena's birthday and said no gift cards, damn scam. Exactly. And you know what? I want to see it. Everything she went and did for A, I want to see what she plans on doing for J. Because she never gets the same thing. A always gets these elaborate cakes. You remember that year when Justin bought that small birthday cake? I think his mom was here too. And everybody laughed and clowned him about that little small cake. He didn't want a lot of cake. The child was getting ready to go back home. And then LA Fish had to throw this big old party and got her the Barbie birthday cake. Well, Jay wanted that same cake the next year. Her mother wouldn't buy it for her. Had the nerve to ask her in the place, what cake do you want? She seen that cake, said, I want that one. Her mother said no. Got her a plain cake. She never gets what she wants. She took A to well, of course Jay went too, but they went to Disney. What's she gonna do with for A? I mean for Jay for her birthday? Bet you she don't get the same thing. Yeah, she is not. She's always proved and showed that she is not the bigger artist. See, she has the numbers which aren't even real. You do not have 12 million followers. You don't even have 12 million views on any of your music. You don't even have 1 million views sometimes on most of your content. So you can't sit here and say you got 12 million followers and you're not the biggest artist because where has your music gone? Nowhere. And then the matter of fact, and then about that is, okay, you used to go to events before Don and Stony, but I don't remember seeing famous people there. Then after you got in with Don and Stony, you were going to events where there were celebrities at. But ever since you guys are no longer friends, you have not gone to any events with celebrities because you know nobody. Nobody knows you. Hi Daisy. Okay, you're in Toronto, Canada. Ooh, nice. Somebody's gonna mug her in New York, walking around in the middle of the night and not even watching your surroundings. And it's not even just about New York. In the world today, especially in the US, you always have to be aware of your surroundings, even in the daytime. You know, there are mass shootings all the time now. It's not just schools. It's grocery stores, at the malls, the movies, and you know it's bad when they have mass shootings at churches. You always have to be aware of your surroundings no matter where you're at. Yeah, yeah, her reputation is destroyed, and nobody wants her snaky ass here any damn way. Ladies, can you please click the thumbs up? I got 47 people, 27 thumbs up. Yeah, she is trying to live her childhood all over again. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Is she allowed to sell cheap, shitty jewelry? Probably. No, I don't think she is, but she's going to do it anyways. Yeah, she's money hungry. She'll do anything for a dollar. What's that old saying? She'll do something strange for a little change. Yeah, she knows she needs a permit. She's talking about, oh, they want me to pay $800 a month for some type. No, it's not $800 a month. I looked it up and I posted it on my page. You know, and your kitchen needs to be inspected. And as soon as they walked in that kitchen, they ain't gonna inspect shit. They gonna walk in and say, hell nah, and turn around and leave. She was, yeah, I believe that's what she was for. There two hot stuff. Oh, teacher, parent, child. I wish she hadn't known. Justin should have went to that. I gotta look at that. Like, who goes to a parent teacher conference thing and you up in the child's classroom shaking your ass? Like, really? Oh, okay. Her belly dancing was a different type of dance. Yeah. Yeah, sure it was. She just don't know how to do it. Welcome back, law student. I will. Hide the information. Oh, shoot. Who? Okay, Kathy, who you put in the naughty corner? Look, we on my page. We ain't at KO house. Y'all ain't gotta go to the naughty corner. Maybe no wine and popcorn, but not the naughty corner. Exactly. That should be against Facebook rules, just like how they go out there and they start posting people's family members. They shouldn't be doing that. Oh, wow. That's crazy. I think I've seen something like that. This picture that was sent to me. You know who sent it to me. And it's disgusting. Hot stuff from what I'm understanding, well, I know he said actually Justin has not showed the girls, I'm going to say in over 2 months. And he claims he's not going to put them back on, but he does need to step up and stop everyone else. It's bad enough their mother is doing it. He needs to stop everyone else from doing it. And he needs to start copyrighting these people because they would have did it to him. Oh, she's live now, not surprised. The dress she had on for that podcast. Oh, I don't know what. I'm gonna tell you something. That girl cannot dress. Hey, Mary, she cannot dress at all. Yeah, he needs a backbone. Shoot, us women got her. Us women are tougher than he is. But he needs to do something before it's too late. And especially before he gets pulled in, if anything happens, he's gonna get in trouble too. You remember the first case with CPS? He got pulled in there for failure to protect. And I'm just gonna say that's not a good look and a good charge for a chiropractor. Actually, you know what? I thought Prince Harry and Meghan were already stripped of their titles. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't really keep up with that too much. A pool party. Where's she gonna sneak back into the pool at her last apartment? Cause she ain't got no pool. So that's gonna be interesting. Oh, she's gonna go to Jesus's house. That's probably where she gonna go. And they don't even go in the big pool. They go in the jacuzzi little pool. That might be where she gonna have it. That's not fair. What do you mean she? Okay, I missed that one, Margaret. How can she call herself a princess in front of the girls and never tell them they are princesses too? Every little girl wants to be called a princess because she knows she's not a princess. Somebody somebody made a post, I don't know, about a week ago talking about we will end up bowing down to her. I wish the fuck I would. I will bow down to my dog before I bow down to her. And you can believe that. I will bow down to my dog. Yeah, she hyped up that child's birthday for a whole damn month. She didn't do no gift registry. She barely spoke about that girl's birthday. What? It was almost her birthday before she even mentioned it. I could never treat my children differently. Showed up at Jay's school pretending to be the perfect mom. I bet you she did. Yeah, she has been on her best behavior, and actually, she don't even come live like that no more. She's not really. I don't think she is, but you know what? That remains to be seen. I'm just gonna have to wait and see. And yeah, she's probably gonna go over and she might not even tell him because half the time she just shows up there. I don't unannounced. Because sometimes she's gone there and Jesus hasn't even been there because he got a girl. Well, I knew he had one. Yeah, she's gonna hype up her own birthday. No, not for 2 weeks. She's gonna hype up her birthday. She'll be doing that for almost 2 months. Of course, she's not civilized, ladylike, or anything. Let's talk about baby A and the what? Yes, the wine bottles. Talking about she got those from LA Fish House. Okay, well, you always come in through your front door upstairs, so why were they downstairs? I've seen plenty of bottles in your bedroom. Empty bottles. You have a refrigerator, what they call it, maybe I don't know if it's a wine cooler refrigerator or just a regular refrigerator in your bedroom with bottles. So why were those sitting at the bottom of your bed? Why would you tell your daughter to carry those up those stairs? And you told her to take both of them, and she said she can't. She can only carry one at a time. Tile, you know what I'm saying? She could have been walking up them stairs. She was barefoot. What if she dropped that bottle? Hi, Vanessa. Thank you, Mary. Yes, he blocked me when I informed him directly of some vital allegations made against him. At the time, it ended up being true, and he then blocked me for telling him. Wow, that's sad. No, the Board of Health would never pass her house. She said she should have made arrangements to meet her acquaintance on Friday night, but didn't have time to arrange it. But she will arrange to meet her acquaintances on Saturday. Hmm. She means client. A warning came. A warning came from, okay, through June about her being safe. June told her, I want you to be safe and live forever. And that was truly a warning from God. Nobody wants the truth. You're right. They surely do not want the truth. All hell would break loose if someone would have just posted my kids. You got that right. You should you should change her name of her songs from Lava to Lush. In the UK, the term lush is also, and you know, and that's the slang word, what it means in here in the US too. I'll have to work on the AI, but that's what it's meant here. The dress was too I don't know if the dress was too damn tight. I mean, damn near had to walk like a damn penguin. It's a long joke between a few ladies from other pages, and she beat me here tonight. So, okay. I mean, I was just joking with you guys about the naughty corner. Don't take it serious. I was making a joke out of it because, she loves to send those girls to their naughty corner. Even for some of the stupidest things, they got to go to the naughty corner. Sometimes, A gets away from it because as soon as she starts crying when she's going to the naughty corner, she'll tell her to come here. Are you sorry? And if she says sorry, she won't let you make her go to the naughty corner, but she still makes Jay go. It did go out in the 70s. It's not going to happen this time. Failure to protect now. It's in his home, or she has to protect her home. I mean, it's not going to happen this time. Failure to protect now. It's in his home. Hmm. Actually, it's in both of their. Yeah, it's in both of their homes. To be honest. Oh, okay. He hasn't done it yet. Okay. Oh, that's right. She did do that at his mother's birthday party. I mean, she complained about the food, but she knows that lady's vegan, so she knew they were going to a vegan restaurant. She could have just ordered a salad. She likes salad. And what I'm gonna tell you what her biggest problem was. She wasn't the center of attention. She's working during the daytime hours building her numbers. Hi, Jareen. Hi, bubbly me. Yeah, she thinks she's beautiful. Like they tell me, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're the greatest mom ever. You're the best mother ever. I dream about you. You inspire me. How the hell does she inspire y'all? Hmm. Yes, she has a wine cooler in her room. On that tile, those bottles. Yeah, exactly. Would shatter everywhere. The week before she bought 4K. She sure did. I seen that come in and I was like, wow. And you notice she brought those in first and put them to the side. And that was the only thing she didn't show from her shopping list. Her shopping trip. Mm, yes, booty call. She is alive now, still begging, Lord. Oh, hi, Inner Court. That conversation looked at just like a setup, like she told Jay to say that. Probably. She does tell that little girl to say things. I remember she did a video one time. When you go live, there's a timer, you know, and before the live actually starts. And I remember I couldn't hear everything she said, but she said because it's gonna look good for the camera. And then she said, "Oh, we're live." Did you notice this time she had to take a picture of make sure it was in front of the police? Exactly. Okay, let me make that. Let me say this, and I'm not going to disclose how I know, but she did not change the location to the police station. Justin did. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm gonna say it because all those goats keep saying that she changed it. She did not change it. He did. And I'm glad he did. It used to be there before. And I was wondering because I knew the whole place, it looked different than where, they usually are. Who does all of this free travels on others dying to spend the time locked in the room? It's called clients. She didn't use her client or acquaintance. Yeah. Our naughty corner is the big girl's corner with wine and popcorn. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I might have to join y'all naughty corner. I heard that keeping it fake is back with a new page. But I don't deal with her. When was it? I think it was last year. I got hit with two hurricanes back to back, 10 days apart. I barely went back to work. And then here we got hit with another hurricane. No power. I spent so much money on gas for my because I have a generator. 5 days no power. That's a lot of gas, running and people were telling me, Taz, put up your because I have a coffee link. I haven't used it in a long time. People say, put your coffee link up. Even Blessing put up my coffee link. I believe that's how she seen it. She seen my coffee link on Blessing, and then she decided she wanted to clown me about the coffee link. You know, because when we get hurricanes here, I mean, there's one year, I want to say 2017, I went 10 days without any power. That was a long 10 days, and it was also a very expensive 10 days when you have no electricity and you have to run a generator 24 hours a day for 10 days. And then she made a post clowning me, but her family was also affected by that. But guess what? I wasn't doing. Her family was cooking bologna on a grill. I wasn't outside cooking bologna on my damn grill. One thing about me, I am very prepared for hurricanes here. I have two extra large totes full of supplies, a gas grill, a smoker, and I have, oh my God, what is that griddle thing? And a Blackstone. We good. The only thing is it just takes a lot of money to get, there's certain supplies that I have to buy in that damn gas. But so I don't fuck with her because she wanted to clown me. I started to come back at her, but I had my own situation. I had some damage done that came to the house. Two hurricanes back to back is a lot. So I ain't had time to deal with her. And I don't care if she's not on that side anymore or not, but she can't come back over here. At least I will never accept her. Exactly. But they can both get charged. I don't know. But all I know is he needs to stand up. Justin needs to stand up, get a backbone, and protect his daughters. Exactly. How many times will he say enough is enough? And those goats are very pathetic. I don't blame you, most. I don't blame you. Like today, the like I didn't get that the I didn't get his little live today. It to me, I don't even know what the purpose of that was. I really don't know what the purpose of that was. Yes, she is weak. So if she says she's bringing them home from LA mom's house, that means they have to be drunk enough to want to be around her. The police station, exactly. The police station. A lot of people do their exchanges at the police station. But when you sit here and have people harassing you, threatening you, I've seen people on her page offer to unalive him. Yeah, that's the best place for them to be. She's back to calling out Corrigan, but is a big supporter of DT and Stony. That's because she was kicked out. She was kicked out of the herd of goats. I don't care if keeping it fake comes over this side. I hope no one lets her. No, she cannot ride this bus at all. We will be dropping her off at somebody at some random bus stop. I think keeping it delusional will flip to any side that she feels that she's going to get more attention from. Probably, but you know what? I don't think they're going to allow her back over there. Michelle, I'm in Florida, but I'm originally from up north, but I'm in Florida. So you know about these hurricanes and the way these what this weather has been already in all these different states. I am quite concerned about hurricane season this year. I'm not even gonna lie. Hi Jacqueline. How you doing, sis? You know what? I got thick skin, you know what I'm saying? She wanted to make a joke out of it and it's okay. But it is what it is. That's why her family was over there cooking because I have the picture somewhere. They was over there cooking damn bologna. I wasn't cooking. I don't eat bologna. I'm sorry. I mean, some people might like it. I don't. But you can't clown me and your family was they had it worse than me because I believe they were in North Carolina and y'all know what happened in North Carolina. Matter of fact, it wasn't this last summer, it was the summer before. Or was it last summer when that hurricane hit North Carolina and destroyed them? They got it way worse than we did. We have her photo posted at the door of the bus. You got that right. She is not coming on here. Hurricane Ida hit us head on base. We were out of gas, no stores. Thank God. Exactly. When I moved here, it only took one hurricane for me not to have power. And I was like, oh, hell no. And the first thing I did, when a hurricane goes on, you can't find a generator. But I know that next, thank God I only got hit with one that year. But the next year, I made sure I went and bought the biggest damn generator I could find. Yes, I know it's rough when you uh but see as soon as they say the word hurricane and I don't care. They don't they don't know exactly yet if I'm gonna get a direct hit or on the outskirts. First thing I do, I don't wait till the last minute. I get up, I go to the store, but I always keep at least 5 cases of water in my house at a time anyways when I go to Costco. But I go immediately out and I stock up on everything because the closer you get, they start putting limits. You can only get 3 cases of water, then 2 cases of water, then one, and then there's no water. Mm-mm. I go, no, I can't do that. I believe keeping it fake is now, yes, that's what I heard her name is. I will protest. Shame on keeping it fake. Now she knows their true colors. Yeah, when they don't need you anymore. See, you're not allowed to have your own opinion. And I'm not saying this to stick up for her, but she used to be a JD supporter, then she flipped over there, and then she started seeing some things and started putting her real opinion out there, and they didn't like it. They didn't like it. So look what they did to Alucci. Alucci was a big time bully for them. She harassed the hell out of Justin. And as soon as she started asking questions, they kicked her to the curb. Keeping it delusional is clowning herself. Squidward doesn't know exactly. Nope, she didn't know who Kim was either. And I still got a problem with Kim. I'm like Blessing. Like Blessing says, her issue with GM is personal. My issue with Kim is personal. Does anyone know the lady that ran into Kay at the airport? She mentioned she was in some group. No, I don't know who. A post from Sour Peach today, and what it looks like she's trying to get back into it again, because I thought she walked away from that saga thing with KO, but it looks like she might be getting back in there. He has bought himself some protection. Good for you. Did he? Elizabeth, did he do that? Really? I've done a few hurricanes in Texas in my time. Now, I know one thing. Hurricanes ain't no joke. I dread hurricane season. It- It's been pretty quiet in South Florida for really, because I'm not. I mean, I'm in Central Florida, and we got we've been getting them. South Florida, yeah, they've actually. You guys have been doing pretty good, because most of these hurricanes have been coming through like the Tampa area. What's that other beach? Daytona area. So we've been getting them. I always thought about drinking water, but we had no water at all. Yeah, the my first hurricane, people were telling me to fill my bathtub up. So I did. I went because I have more than one bathroom. So in my master bathroom, I have a very deep, I guess you call it a garden tub or whatever. And I did fill that up, but I never needed. I was gonna use that but we don't have well water or anything like that. So I don't know why. Like, you guys have like a well or something like that you didn't have any water? I mean, I have heard of people not having water during a hurricane, because that's why people were telling me to fill up my bathtub. I heard he did, but I'm not really sure. Did she go to that shop? I don't know what she's got on, but I heard she went to that child's school, and somebody on here said she was shaking her ass up in there. It was a woman named Patricia. Well, all I'm gonna say is, well, I believe in my Second Amendment right. And and then if someone is threatening my life, if I didn't already own, yeah, I would go buy, because you're not going to be threatening my life, and I'm not going to walk around protected. And I don't understand how they can sit here and put all these death threats on social media and get away with it. We can't say nothing, and we get a restriction, a strike. I have so many of my followers that can't even comment. Bathtub didn't do us any good. We were out 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks is a long time. Our lines are underground and trees were blown over. Yeah, and that's something I never understood, because our power lines are under the underground too. Yeah, we be losing power for weeks and days. It's crazy. And I remember before I moved here, my sister-in-law said that I don't even know what year it was, because I wasn't living here. I've only been here about 14 years. But you guys got hit back to back. And she said they almost didn't have power for almost a month. I just looked at her. I said, a month. And people still talk about it. They even sit here and say FEMA was even offering, I guess if you had bought a generator up to Was it $800 or something like that? If you filled out the paperwork and gave them a copy of the receipt, they would reimburse you for it. Now I don't know if that's just what I actually I heard that from this man at the grocery store. Somebody that was bagging groceries, this elderly man. I started reporting them for bullying and harassment when they come after me. I've had their pages reported and strikes. Good for you. 'Cause, was that fool at the airport that gave? Yes, somebody gave her $100. Can you imagine somebody giving a millionaire $100, but they think we're jealous? I ain't jealous. I bet you if y'all was in need, she wouldn't give it to you. She will let y'all suffer. She only cares about herself. But I tell you one thing, they are doing some of the most hateful things on social media now, and it's just Marcus. I swear, he's if he's not in front of Congress, he's always in damn court some damn where. Her name is Pam. Okay, Pamela Harper. You know what? I did hear her say it. Now that I'm reading the name, gave her $100. She sure did. And I know every time that girl turn off them phones, she don't do nothing but laugh at these people. How stupid they are to give her all this damn money. But that's okay. Let them. They think it's paining us. They think it's hurting us. We're so upset. We're crying. No, we have jobs. We have 401ks. You know what? If social media was to shut down tomorrow, guess who's gonna cry about it? KO. She's the one that's gonna cry about it. I've been watching those YouTube channels where families from Alaska and other states do the big bulk food buys. They stock up for like a year. Yeah, I see people do that. Have you all been reporting GM and find that you are no longer receiving any messages? No, we're not getting any messages. Not even getting them back from the Blue app either. Yes, she's laughing all the way to the bank. Ew, she's rubbing it. Money is one of the dirtiest things you can touch. Rubbing it all over her face. I ain't surprised. She's a dirty person. Oh, let me say this. I'm sorry about my last live. You know, they was reporting my live. I couldn't do nothing. And it took me almost 3 hours to where I was able to make my live even public. That's never happened to me. Yeah, she is the evil. She is the evil. It's crazy. And I just don't understand how she just gets away with everything. But I'm hoping at some point that's going to come to an end. Everything comes to an end at some point. Oh Lord, let me see. No, she wore that I think she wore that ugly ass dress to the school. And and she's sitting here taking credit of the of her because she won oh she got the 100 on her spelling test. But did she forget whose house she was at when she passed that spelling test? She wasn't with her mama. After demanding that taxi man to get her exactly a quarter. I'd have threw the quarter at her. That's what I would have did. I would have threw the quarter at her. Is this part of the changes to social media they were talking about? I don't know what changes. Because I didn't hear about any changes. What are you talking about, Kathy? What changes? I got to notice that the last live that you were back. Yeah, it took me a long time to change to get it to public. It just kept saying that it was loading or uploading or something like that because they were reporting my live because even while I was doing live right before it froze, the whole page my whole page went black, and then it came back on, with the timer again, showing the timer like I was just starting a live, but I was able to jump right back in, and then I just kept having problems with it. They were reporting my live, but that's okay. They still ain't gonna shut me up. Hi, Melva. I keep seeing people posting that changes were coming. I have no idea, but I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the live. Um, Mark Zuckerberg went to court in New Mexico because they New Mexico sued him for allowing child exploitation on Facebook, and basically prioritizing money over the safety of children. And they agreed, and he has to pay $374 million to the state of New Mexico. He said he's going to appeal it, which I'm not surprised. I expect that. But usually, once, something like that goes on, usually other states watch and they want to see how that works out. I'm quite sure there'll be other states that are going to do it. Who filmed herself in dry shower? Her. And you notice the word dry. Maybe they are talking about Facebook not using your pictures. The deadline was yesterday. I don't know because I don't know anything about that. Should have been in the bill. Yeah, you know what? It should have, because actually, uh, that's what the state of New Mexico was asking for. They were asking for, like, I don't know, was it 3 billion, 4 billion? But the jury awarded them 374 million. So they did ask for billions, but the jury didn't. They found them liable, but they didn't give them the billions. And I agree. They should have been charged billions. That's what they should have got. And the parents also they should have some responsibility in this too. Yeah, Facebook is allowing it to happen, but their parents are the ones doing it. How many states? No, it was just New Mexico. That's why I said a lot of other states are going to end up hopefully following suit. But it was just for the state of New Mexico. A picture of all of her phones that she had on her stand. She has 6 phones. Damn, I thought she had 5. But she got 6 now? Okay. Just don't make no damn sense. That's a bigger definition of the word obsessed. unless they plan to follow on other states. And that's what I think too. I think other states are eventually going to file their own suits after they see what happened in New Mexico, and that they did find them liable. So I do believe that other states are going to follow, and I'm hoping even that this is going to mean changes, because they, first of all, I don't they should, I think they should not be allowed to be on there at all, because I mean, even though KO does it, she's not the only person that's out here, because apparently New Mexico filed that lawsuit for a reason, because they've seen it. There's other people out here doing it. Hi, hi, Brenda. It's just ridiculous what these people are doing to these kids. I could never do that. I don't even let you guys hear these kids' voices in this house. They know that I'm well, they're in bed now, but they know if I come live, they will. If they come in my room, they'll signal to me. They'll wave their hand. I will mute it, and they will tell me what they want to tell me, and then they go on about their business. I'm not showing them. Even if I ever decide to show myself, nobody will ever see them, because I will always protect them. There was something else I wanted to talk about, and I forgot what the hell. Oh, and then did you hear what she said today with A? Oh, you eat so healthy when you're here. You just make sure you eat healthy when you're at your father's house. A doesn't eat healthy at her mother's house. She's always being fed candy, cookies, chips, ice cream, noodles. She does not like vegetables. She makes it clear she does not like vegetables. And she don't know what their father feeds them. We see him we used to see him grocery shopping with the girls. He we've seen him buy fruits, vegetables. The girls will ask for a snack, and he'll say, you can only pick one. So which one do you want? Or if they want something sweet, he was like, you're only going to get one. She doesn't know what he feeds them, but she's still back to talking about him again. She took a tiny bit and exactly. She took a tiny bite and left it on the table. Says all the time she doesn't like vegetables. But she's learning, slowly starting to learn like baby J, to survive in her mother's house. Jay knows how to survive. She's learned to survive. There's things that she does not like, but she knows if she don't eat it, she's gonna go to bed hungry. I believe she has a phone for every platform, and she is on plus an extra that she texts with or whatever. Yeah, and probably that's probably one of the ones she uses to send herself stars. Cause man, let me tell you something. I bet you she's got at least 15 to 20 fake pages. I know I keep getting knocked off. Then I would get a message saying private. I tried for about 10 minutes. I could see you were still live. Yeah, they were reporting my page. That's the first time they ever did that, but hey, it is what it is. Horror will eat most of the mini. I mean, she sure will. And the other half, she'll eat half, and the other half is to bribe baby A to do stuff. Sharing the extra one is for the fake accounts. Exactly. So she could send herself stars. Said her dad is the strongest man in the world. Kay annoyed her. Oh, really? She don't like when them she cannot see, and that's the thing is it was already bad enough because she already knew that Jay shows such affection for her father and loves her father, but A is slowly getting into that too because shoot, A be beating Jay in that running when they run to him. She be running faster than Jay now. She is tormenting Justin because he is living. Wait a minute. Where'd it go? She is tormenting Justin because he is living good. She is tormented because he doesn't want her. Yeah, exactly. He left her, and she's like, "How dare he leave me?" And Justin, he says, "I don't give a fuck anymore." His exact words, "I don't give a fuck anymore." He's over it. See, they can't, all that harassing him, it doesn't bother him like it did before. In the beginning, yes, it bothered him. It affected his mental health. But after 4 damn years, no, it's not bothering him anymore like that. And then, like, people keep saying, it's been 4 years. Why don't he move on? He wasn't even saying nothing. But she keeps talking about him every damn day. My ex, my ex, my ex, the abuse, the abuse. What abuse? You had your chance to prove that in the court of law and you didn't do it. You said you had pictures. You said you sent those pictures to your sister. Both of y'all had it. Where the hell, why didn't you show them pictures when you went to court for the restraining order? Because there were no damn pictures. You were coming live every day, getting more and more naked on there. We didn't see a bruise on you. Now you're throwing out new stuff. Oh, I wanted to go up for my birthday, and he threw water in my face. Bitch, you ain't put that in your pamphlet, and you ain't never said that in 4 years. Now all of a sudden he threw water in your face. What you gonna say next week? You gonna come up with a new one? You the one walking on there around on live video calling him your houseboy. And that's exactly how you treated him. He went to work all day, came home, had to clean up the house and take care of June. Exactly. And no police report. And it's so unfair that the kids that young have to be in survival mode. Exactly. It is. I find it laughable. Justin is trying to come out with a Billy. Exactly. But I agree with you. I agree with you. All talk but no action. He needs to, don't come out here acting like Billy Badass, about your kids. Do something about it. You can't sit here and talk about your kids suffering, but yet you're not doing anything to stop your children from suffering. See, he should have put his foot down a long time ago. Or maybe he needed a mama like me. Because I'd have had my foot on her neck when it came to my grandchildren. The thought of those two little girls trying. Yeah, I seen. Okay. Exactly. She did have a good life. I seen somebody say today, "Oh, what beachfront apartment? Do you live in a beachfront apartment? They were in a beachfront apartment. That's where they were at where baby A was born. Justin didn't want to move there. He moved to California because of KO. She wanted to be there. One of the most expensive states here in the US. She wanted to live near the beach. I'm quite sure they were still having problems. They were already having problems when he got that place. But he still moved there and he was paying all those bills. Then when he left, he was still paying the bill, but then he was like, okay, you can stay in the apartment, but you got to pay the rent. She didn't want to pay the rent, or either, and also she probably wanted to leave so she could give that narrative that he kicked her out, but he couldn't kick her out. Not here in the US, and you were legally married, you cannot kick your wife out that house with two children and one of them a newborn. No, they would have told Justin to leave. She could not have, he can't legally kick her out no apartment here. Now in now I've never been to Nigeria, but people tell me all the time that, men can kick them women out with the children and go get a whole new damn wife and start a whole new damn family. It don't work like that here. I think what June told him about getting slapped because she didn't want to be in front of the camera. I think yeah, well, you know what? It probably did set him off, but you know what? I want to see him do something about it. I mean, something needs to be done. She took Justin for granted, took advantage of him. She knew he was soft and she could take advantage of him, push him around. Baby J said one day, Mommy, you have all those phones. Horde talked over baby so people wouldn't catch on. So there is more than six phones, more than, probably. How did her interview go? I heard it was a shit show. She chose to leave. Yeah, she chose to leave that apartment. I find it funny that she's still hopping on about the London attack. If somebody's got to throw cosmetic products at you, then maybe get the hint. That's true. That is very true. But they just keep, talking about, oh, Justin, you're broke. You're broke. Cora made all the money. Cora wasn't making it. Cora really didn't start making money till right before they broke up. And she even herself said after the breakup that first year, she said that was her best year ever on social media. And see, she's still chasing that. She's chasing that money. She wants to get the same amount of money that she made on the first year that they broke up. But you know what? Facebook don't pay the same anymore. And it's probably going to continue going down. And come time, you know what I'm saying? And if Mark have to keep paying out all this damn millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? Pretty soon they might not be paying at all. What do I think about the jewelry that was returned? You know, if that is true and that lady did return that jewelry, she is dead ass wrong for putting that lady's name out there for her to be harassed. If I was that lady, I would have screen recorded that. I would contact the Better Business Bureau and post and make a report against her. I would sit there, I would send it to the police. Well, can't really send it to the police. That just depends on what type of person this woman is. Because some people are easily intimidated, some aren't. Like me, I'm not easily intimidated. But That to me was a way of them that, because you know how she is. That's a way for her to like to send her goats after her, or either to warn people not to do it. But if I she had every right to not like the quality. She hypes it up. Oh, it's the best. It's good quality. We know she get that shit off of Timu and Shein. Okay, the girls are in danger. They are. But she's being sickly sweet to Jay now. But I think this is just the calm before the storm. They had to get out of the house because of mold. Exactly. And she wanted a beach house. And whatever he wanted, she wanted, he got for her. Exactly. And she gonna end up getting mold in this house too because she don't dry nothing. She only made $20. Oh shit. She made $20 on her last live. Oh, she mad. She mad mad. Something is going on with her. I don't know what's going on with her. Y'all have any what's the word? Y'all have any I don't even know how to talk tonight. What y'all think might be going on with her? You see that goat ranch? Oh, that horse ranch? Exactly. See, they think here because here in the U.S., they think being a farmer, that you're poor. Like his mother has all those horses. Them horses ain't cheap. It's not cheap to take care of them horses. Most farmers aren't cheap. I mean, not cheap, broke. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody starts off, a lot of people start off, struggling. I'm quite sure his parents, when they first got together, they had to build, just like Justin and her had to build. Unless you grew up in a rich family, and we know she damn sure didn't grow up in a rich family. She liked to say they were. They like to say, that she grew up in this rich family. No, the hell she didn't. You can look how them people look before. Like, look how Nancy looked before she started making that social media money. She claimed she wasn't making any money when she lived with them, and yet she claimed she was the one that. Exactly. She wasn't making any money. He was paying for everything. Okay, Cheryl. She had black mold at exactly, and she's gonna get it in this one because she does not know how to dry any dishes. Think about it though. One of her followers, oops, did I just type that out loud? Allegedly hit her in the face with a cosmetic problem. They're calling you facially challenged, my dear. Oh, but I just think it's really weird how, people keep saying there's, what do you call it, CCTV cameras all over the place, but none of those cameras caught that lady running. They didn't catch you, dumbass, running after her. Who gets attacked and they start running after the person, screaming, "Give me my phone!" So you mean to tell me that she grabbed your phone, but she didn't pick up the yellow knife? Are you serious? When she had took the knife, because that probably had her fingerprints on it. No, but she took your phone, and you took off running. Girl, please. And not one camera, I mean, caught this woman running. I mean, or outside. Yeah, she always contradicts. Just like that little tiny nick on her leg. What was it, the day before that she hit that bed frame? And she wasn't even in a hotel. She was in a hostel. They don't even make bed frames like that no more. At least not that I know of. But she was making money. I remember Justin showed one of her statements. You know, she I don't know. I mean, she was making money, but she wasn't making her good money until after the separation. And then she put that narrative out there. Oh, woe is me. Poor is, poor me. I got kicked out 2 days postpartum, 3 day postpartum, 6 days postpartum. He took my baby. My breasts were engorged. They were just fiending for her. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's talk about how you dislocated that baby's arm. Let's talk about that. You running around here acting damn crazy. He didn't kidnap his kids. How could he kidnap his kids? You lied to get that restraining order. You lied. But you didn't win in court though because you couldn't prove it. You could not prove that he abused you because you know he didn't. But you know what? She needs to be lucky because some men would have laid hands. She needs to be glad that he even stayed through the pregnancy because a lot of men would have left. Or even the fact that that he's even part of his children's life. Do you know how many men walk away from their children because they were, if they're not in that relationship anymore, they act like they don't even have kids. Some will just pay child support and have nothing to do with their kids. And then some men, they just do whatever they can to get out of paying child support. She's lucky he wants to be in his children's life. A lot of men don't want to be in their kids' life anymore. But he wants to be a father. What would you be doing about all your traveling if you didn't have him? He keeps his children on his 50% time and sometimes yours. You allow your goats to complain and sit here and say, "Oh, I'm so worried about the girls with him. I don't trust him with the kids." But you out there for going for 3 weeks of, before Christmas, you was gone 3 damn weeks. Well, almost 3 weeks. You didn't have a problem leaving your girls with him. Oh, but you feel you need to check your girls every time you get them back. Then why, when you got that $77,000, why don't you fight for full custody if you feel you need to check your daughters every time you get them back? That's some bullshit. Because any good mother, if they feel they have to do that, they're just not going to willingly send their children over there. Have you report if you feel something's going on, have you made a report? No. Trying to ruin that man's character. I'm glad he stayed though. Exactly. I am. I'm glad that he's, decide, that he's in their life. I'm not saying that I wish he would. I'm just saying some men would have left, especially all the shit that she has put him through. Some men would have been like, fuck it, and gone. Horn Mancy set this up, London. Exactly. Told her to record it, and Mancy went to the library to watch it. And then called TMZ. But it wasn't on none of their news stations down there, but it was on TMZ. Yeah, okay. I do believe that she thinks potentially there might be some legal consequences coming her way due to everything that has been going on. It's a possibility she could be thinking about that, and I think that's why she started running back to LA Fish House. Yeah, they're terrible actors. Like I said, I've seen a couple of those knives, but guess what? Where's the yellow one? We ain't seen that one in your house. But like I said, he could have walked away, but he didn't. And she needs to be glad. She has them 10% last year. Her dad kept them exactly. And they weren't supposed to even be left there with her father. Only them two are supposed to have the children. She wasn't supposed to leave those girls like that. That's when Jay got one of those really nasty bumps on her head. That thing was so black and blue and big. That thing looked horrible. Most you, let me see, I believe so. LA crayfish has been shown in a while, and both obedi girls aren't. True. Nancy said herself she was the only one that knew. That's true. She did say she was the only one that knew where she was staying at. I would have laughed my arse off as she turned the camera around and it was the guy wearing the screen mask. Then they said, "Was up?" And then not only that, how come nobody heard her until she started running after her so-called attacker? Nobody heard her screaming or she said fighting for her life. Nobody heard any of that. People only started asking her what happened when she started running after her attacker and then ran back all out of breath, asking for some damn coke to neutralize the acid. It's a lot of things that just don't make sense. But she has PTSD but walks the street at 1:30 in the damn morning by herself. Hmm. She was staying with her friend, sending up. Actually, no, no. If I'm not mistaken, she was in an Airbnb then. I don't believe she was at her house. Well, she went to visit, but she wasn't staying there. Like I said, none of it makes sense. Have you people seen that blogger guy that has said? Oh my goodness, there's something wrong with that one right there. That's the one that said that we will bow down to her. He used to post videos and pictures of, talking about they're getting married and he's chasing clout, chasing views because he's telling everybody, oh, Justin was live. Don't go to his page. Come to my page to get all the info. He's just trying, and few of those people, bloggers, are sharing his name, his page. You know what I'm saying? But y'all keep telling people, oh, don't go watch Don, don't go watch Stony, don't watch Justin, but they're gonna go watch them, and then you tell them if they do, don't comment, don't give them engagement, and they still do it. Y'all know y'all gonna get in trouble. Yeah, he's weird. Didn't he say he's supposed to be on his page? Doesn't it say he's some type of I don't know, what is it, a producer or movie producer? How come he ain't helped her? Hmm. Well, he'll get his day because I heard somebody lost their page today. Oh, yeah, Anna Court. That one, if I'm not mistaken, after she told him to kiss her ass, take his medication, and send her Amazon gifts, that one walked away and never came back. Unless he's back as a different person under a different name. But that one walked away and did not come back. But have y'all heard, somebody lost their page? One of their pages, put it that way. One of their pages is gone. Some of you guys probably know because I messaged you today. King 4. You understand what I mean by that? King number 4 lost one of their pages. The one that's number 4. All that hate people be spewing. Yup, it's gone. Still posting on one of the other ones. But all of them have multiple pages. Facebook allows you to have 5 pages. So they're still posting. Oh, she's always had a lot of pages. Like I said, off your phone with that IP address, you're allowed to have 5 pages. I'm quite sure she had 5. Actually, I'm going to just be honest. I was very, very shocked to hear that, something, you know what I'm saying, that Facebook actually did something. I'm not going to lie, I was shocked. When I heard that, I had to go look because I was shocked. Because no matter how much you report their pages, nothing's done. Like, how is, like, all these damn slave AI things, how does that not go against community guidelines? But let Justin post something that got to do with slavery. They will lose their damn minds. She probably does have a new one. Like I said, all of them have multiple pages. And I don't understand how any of them, all of them, they just get away with everything. Everything. No, not her. It's just crazy, but I mean, some of the my supporters, they'll message me and they'll tell me what their comment was. I had a post removed over the weekend with a restriction. I'm like, wow, really? And it wasn't even a bad post, but they got it taken down. 1 and 2, she has lost 3. She hasn't posted on for ages. 4 was her main page. Well, 4 is gone. You will not see it there. Like I said, when I heard it, I was like, really? And I had to go check. And she opened a new one a couple of weeks ago. I bet she did. I bet she did. But all that hate that they're spewing, it needs to stop. It doesn't make any sense. They keep posting all these AI videos of Stony. Either she's got black eyes or she's looking homeless. you know, just they had her posted as a snake. Really, y'all need to look because there's only one person on this social media that I know that's a snake. She forgot to mention you can't move in London without it. Exactly, following you. And also that her door had a keypad on it. And where's the recording of the. Exactly. Because she wasn't on the BBC News. I've heard that multiple times from people who live there. And they said that's not true. They only talked about it on TMZ, and trust me, Nancy did it. TMZ, yeah, they're a big news thing or whatever you want to call them. But a lot of I forget how the word to use for them. They're gonna take any damn thing and post it and talk about it. But they didn't. You see, they didn't talk about it anywhere else. Yeah, it was all staged. Didn't make no sense. Oh, you were stabbed and all this other stuff. You didn't have not one hole in your coat. Oh, and then your back is burning. And then, and who sits there and stays on live video the whole time you're being treated by medics? Really? They even had to tell you to turn off the live. You weren't even in the hospital that long. You were taken to the hospital. What, you walked in and said, no, I refuse treatment and walked out? Maybe she's trying to get a sponsorship from Coca-Cola. Probably. Hell, hi, Delmari. Fester shared a post from Summer yesterday trying to. Exactly. It wasn't even about him. It wasn't even about him. Because, wait a minute, was it last year? Summer came in, her and Justin went to lunch? Because we were all shocked to see them two together, but they went to lunch or something like that. Police station was right. Oh, there you okay? Police station right across the street, but they didn't hear her screaming. Child, I mean, that makes it even worse. That makes it even worse. Just don't make no damn sense. And then, like yesterday, she said something is weighing heavy on her. But, I usually talk about it with you guys. But now everybody is watching me and take everything and use it against me. So I think I'm going to go talk to LA mom about it. Mhm. Yeah, okay. I want to know what's weighing heavy. Or you trying to do some damage control, because that's really what you're trying to do with some damage control. And stop acting like all is well. It's like you say, all is well. Because, girl, them bags up under them eyes is telling a totally different story. They ain't showing that everything is all well. I just realized I haven't even done my my dishes yet. You know what I'm saying? But them bags are not. They showing a different story. You, girl, you was stressed, and it's showing. Starting to look like it, like Daddy Skeeter. Well, no, Daddy Skeeter. Damage control. They live about 15. Okay, probably, yeah. Damage control. That's what she's trying to do. It's too much stuff coming out. And then Stony says she's not done telling her story. So yeah, she's really worried about what she's going to say. She is really worried about what she's going to say. And I'm waiting for her to come out with her next part of the story. But I wish she would just come out, just say it all and get it over with instead of dragging it out. But, to each their own. If that's how she chooses to do it, then that's how she chooses to do it. But I wish she would just come out and say it all at one time and get it over with instead of dragging it out. They're still going to talk about you. They're still going to threaten you. They're still going to bully you. They're still going to try to take down your page. She needs to go to YouTube. Just say it all. I don't care if it takes 3, 4 hours and get it over with. But that's my opinion. That's my advice to her. She doesn't have to take it. Oh, yeah, Brenda, we were talking about that earlier. She's always got empty liquor bottles all through that damn room. Because she sits down there and drink. Oh, matter of fact, you know what, today? She was on TikTok. She got a restriction on TikTok today. Man, I'm gonna edit. I'm just gonna show the guy's face. I'm gonna post that. You should see this. Let me see. You should see this man's this. Oh my goodness! It looked like he smelled the. It's like he could smell her through the damn screen. She got up and turned around and everything, and y'all should see that. Oh my God, that damn picture, that face he made, that nose was just turned up. He was like, no, he was like, he was like, no, girl, you stank, or something. It was hilarious. Wait till I'm gonna take her picture off of it. I'm gonna cut her picture off of it, cause I don't want her to copy strike me, but that shit was hilarious. Yeah, she had her legs wrapped around him. Let me see. Where we at? Okay, attention seeker, damage control. She says she has this thing about her real mother, but now she has internet mothers. Well, she always never talked good about her mother. She used to always say how she used to get beat. I think she deliberately drawing it out. Yeah, she probably is. But like I said, that's her, that is her, that's her prerogative. Yeah, Lupe, go do that. I believe she will all of a sudden disappear for a long trip when things get too rough for her, probably. I know she's saying that now she's missing her papa and maybe it's time for her to go home for a visit. Personally, I don't care whether she hates Justin or Justin hates her. The only thing I feel sorry for is those two girls that are going to be stuck in the middle of them. Facts. Taz, did you see her legs? I surely did. I surely did see that. It's crazy. Was it taken down by Facebook or has she put it on pause for a while to get views to her other pages to build? No, apparently the page was taken down. I just don't know, was it taken down or was it hacked? I don't talk to them, so I don't know because usually you would think that if the page was taken down that she would have got a an email or something. So I don't know because I don't, I've never had a conversation with Don, and I've never had a conversation with Stony or Justin. So I can't sit here and say what really happened to the page, but I know the page, I don't think she paused it though. I believe it was taken down. It was either taken down or it was hacked. I'm leaning more towards hacked because as far as I know, that they didn't get an email, but I could be wrong about that because I haven't talked to them. What's the story about KO feeding of the homeless? Well, she went out there and fed them on Skid Row, and the health department is supposed to have gave her a citation, but she didn't say too much about it. All she said that they want her to pay $800 a month. That's not true because I looked it up. She needs to get a permit. Everybody has to have a permit, and because in her kitchen has to be inspected. And now she says she might go feed them. She might cook again next week just to spite them. And she ain't gonna cook them people. She ain't gonna cook again because she ain't gonna want to spend that money again. I don't believe she's gonna cook again, but who knows? But she did that to try to, thinking, let me try to clear my name a little bit. Girl, feeding the people that undercooked chicken that you left out all night ain't gonna clear up nothing. Like everybody says, what do they say? Um, oh, well, she's not gonna respond to y'all. You know, you guys keep talking and saying this. She's too good to respond to y'all. She's a princess. She's not gonna be. No, no, look, you guys are the ones doing all her talking. But regardless, we can tell it's bothering her. You can't hide that. People can read body language. We can read her face. We see it's bothering her. But you know what? I'm glad Don and Stony are holding her accountable. It's about time because every time she does somebody dirty, they let her get away with it. And they were going to let her get away with it. But she don't know how to shut her damn mouth. That's the problem. She don't know how to shut the hell up. When she feels she needs to use to make content, to make money, then she'll throw somebody out there. Why do you think she keeps throwing Justin's name out there? For sympathy and to get money. She left that raw chicken sitting out for over 12 hours and then had the nerve to use the marinade. She poured that into her stir fry. I'm just like, that marinade ain't filled with nothing but damn salmonella. And you poured it into your stir fry. I bet you a lot of them people got sick. Was she made accountable? Um, I see. I don't know the details of, she didn't read it or anything like that, so I really don't know if she was held accountable. I don't know what type of citation is it. I don't know if it was a monetary one. It could have been a warning, because sometimes they'll give you first time they'll give you a warning. Yeah, she likes to play stupid. I mean, she is stupid about some things, but some things she does know what she's doing. But I do believe she is stupid in some areas. She should have waited up to 8 to 10 hours to be seen in the eight. Exactly. She should have been at least been in there, but she wasn't there because it's like as soon as next thing I knew, she was um And not only that, and then afterwards, I don't know when you heard the last time she told that story, she met a strange man that told her, he would protect her. And he actually went back with her to that room, and she took a shower and everything while this strange man was in the room. Make that make sense? But you were just violently attacked. But you just met some strange man, and you were scared, and you told him you were scared and told him what happened. And he said he would protect you, he'll make sure you're okay. So you take this strange man back to that room, and then you had the nerve to say, and then I took a really long hot shower and cried with a strange ass man in your room. Really? Now that don't make no damn sense. She should not have been able to sell that cheap jewelry without. Exactly, and she stole that name. There's a company called Body Candy. That lady worked her ass off for years to build that company. Oh, she's on the island. Oh Lord. Well, somebody sat there and said she only made $20 on that last live she did. So I guess she doing something strange for a little change right now. She has been throwing shade on Nigeria, saying she won't be going back there for a while because people expect her to just give to them. I guess the beggar can't. Exactly. But you know what? She could do a lot. The money that she would, a little bit of US money would do a lot in Nigeria because of how the exchange rate from US to Naira. Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on. Okay, ladies, sorry about that. Let's see, what did I miss here? Let me see. She has been throwing shade up. Yeah, she's been. Okay, I read that. She is a princess in her head. You got that right. Because she does not come from royalty. Exactly. She would have showed us by now. Justin's relationships has covered the four seasons. You got winter, spring, and his first wife, you got summer, and you've got Cora the Fool. She did not go to any hospital in London or she would have done a video. That's true. I mean, you're right about that. She could have, because I mean, you can deny, refuse treatment at any time. Because I thought that was a really quick a really quick trip, to the hospital. It's crazy, but I mean, a lot of us, we know what, that wasn't a real attack, but if that's the narrative, she's never going to let that go. Just like she's never going to let it go that she was abused. She would have spent up to 8 to 12 hours sitting to be seen in an accident emergency over here. Yeah. Well, it depends, here it would depend on how serious your injuries are or how busy, you know, because when you go to the ER here, sometimes you luck out and you're in and out. Sometimes you could just sit in the waiting room for damn hours. It just depends. But we all know that girl wasn't damn attacked. Just like we know she wasn't abused. And that's why she keeps using Justin's name, saying that mess. Because it brings in money. It brings in money. Matter of fact, let me see. It's 12:37. So it's 9:37 and she just now feeding these kids. Why is she feeding these kids at 9:30? And she been home all fucking day. Ooh, I gotta start watching my mouth. Why is she feeding these kids so late? She been home all day. It just don't make no sense. And she been home all day. Stupid. If she was sprayed in the face, why were they rinsing her back? She said her back was burning. Okay, bye, Charmaine. Thank you for joining. I mean, she had so much happen to her in that one little visit to London, for real. The NHS over here is so overworked, it's ridiculous, okay? Was she even in the ambulance and why were they rinsing off her back? Thought she said it was thrown on her face. She kept saying her back was stinging and they started spraying down her back, asking her did it feel better and she said yeah. Of course she ate most of it again. Hmm. Yeah, she had some strange person give her some coke. I need some coke what's the word? To neutralize the acid. Okay, Elizabeth, good night. It's silly o'clock here in the morning. Good night. Most unique. Yeah, I know. I gotta start coming on earlier. But I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep. I sure did. That was all staged. Exactly. I've never heard of using coke to neutralize acid. And and she was adamant that it was like real acid. Trust me, if it was real acid, we would have knew because you would have been screaming bloody murder because half your skin on your face would have been off. It would have ate straight through your skin. So we knew it wasn't real acid. And she was kept saying that it was acid, acid, acid. But we knew it wasn't. Not no real acid. And then it came out, I forget the name of it. Girl, all they did was gave you a facial. Yeah, her face would have been on the ground. You got that right. No, actually, not even on the ground because it would have ate that skin straight up. It wouldn't have been nothing left. There is nothing about her attack on the Metropolitan Police website. If anybody can find out where it is, then they need to show the receipt because, okay? And people who live there would know that. 6:39 a.m. Where you live at, Margaret? Wow. Where am I? It's at. It's 12:41 here, and that black jacket would have exactly. But she still wears it. You're right. She still wears it. Not a hole in it. Not nothing. There's not even a hole in whatever pants or leggings that she was wearing. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember what she was wearing on her legs, but that's just a bunch of bullshit, and she knows it. And I'm waiting to hear to see for her next little pamphlet to come out. And what lies that she's gonna put in there this time. Guarantee you she gonna add Don and Stony in there. They gonna be in that book this time. She brought it she bought it herself before they went to London. Yeah. She showed it on a live saying she wanted, oh really? 10:42 here. Okay, in Canada, okay. Take me with you, Margaret. My daughter-in-law's vacation in there. Okay. Oh, Greece. Oh, wow. How did you know? So, cause she said it on the thing. She kept asking somebody, does anybody have Coke to neutralize the acid? I need Coke to neutralize the acid. And some man just, I don't know, maybe she saw the man over there drinking a can of Coke or a bottle of Coke, and he gave it to her. And you could actually hear her in the video, like you're splashing water on your face, and that's what she was doing, and everything looking in the goddamn camera. Like, that's, if I was violently attacked, the last thing I'm gonna be thinking about is a damn live. Okay, you're in Ontario, Canada. My son's school just had a class trip out there to Canada last week, but he didn't want to go. And I wasn't interested in going either because I don't like the fact when you do them school trips, you know, everything is planned for you, like every damn minute. And then, like, if I want, say, if I was interested in going to visit somewhere, or say I have a friend or family out, I can't do that because everything is planned. They of all the places you're gonna go visit and tour, I might want to go tour something else, but we have to stick to that schedule. So I wouldn't have wanted to go either. I was glad he didn't want to go. I was glad he didn't want to go because I did not want to do that. Well, thankfully, Papa Smurf wasn't with her because he would have chucked some cooking oil. They're like out there, like, who the hell goes out to ask some strange vendor for some cooking oil? Like, cooking oil? Girl, please. Out of all things, you were going to rub cooking oil on yourself? Shoot, I'm surprised she didn't say, well, if you don't have cooking oil, can I have butter? Do you have butter? Ajax. Oh, was he? Hmm. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Daddy Skeeter is he done lost that man done lost too much damn weight. Too damn quick. And he looks funny. Now I don't know if they purposely was losing weight or but all I know is that man ain't even he's been home 4 months and he looks like he done lost more than half his weight. And Luke and it's but it's you know what I'm saying? People usually don't it's just losing a lot of weight quickly. It's usually a sign of illness. But but who knows? People are dropping weight like crazy with that new what is it? Ozempic? Smurf lives matter. I call him Skeeter. Yeah, he does look sick. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he purposely was trying to lose that weight or or he's just losing it. But sometimes it doesn't, it's not a good sign to lose a lot of weight very quickly. But he could be on Ozempic. Oh, he didn't send any stars? Aw. I have a feeling she's gonna be popping back out there again. Even though she says she's not gonna do any more videos, she's gonna make some videos for that stupid album. I have a daughter who lives close to Niagara Falls. That was the last stop for that trip. The school trip. They were going to several different parts. And that's something else I didn't like either. I wasn't cool about either. Is that okay, I'm gonna go to this part of Canada. Okay, whatever hotel we are going to. We're gonna be there for a day or two. Then we had to pack up, go to a different, I don't know what you guys call it, cities or whatever. And then we're going there and then be there for 2 days and then move again. I, I'm not trying to keep moving hotels and But their last thing was Niagara Falls. He could have had a gastric possibility, but I do know people who have had it because usually you lose a lot. I've never known anybody that lose that much weight though. In 4 months, that's a lot of weight that he lost in 4 months. But I could be wrong. I don't know how he lost weight or why he lost weight. But I know he doesn't look good. When people lose a lot of weight really quick, they look funny. But like I said, I could be wrong. But 4 months is a lot. That's a short amount of time. He probably didn't send any stars because he was mad at her trying somebody else's cooking oil. No loyalty. She was trying to replace Papa Smurf and moldy oil. Yeah, his always. I don't know. Oh, you guys, give me a minute. I gotta make sure this boy up for work. Hold on. Okay. If you pull up Corin Stoney, the page. Hold on a minute. If you pull up Corin Stoney, the page Stoney is missing is under that name. Really? Pull it up and check it out. Is that the page? What? No, I didn't know that. I'm gonna look. You don't send her any stars because he saw some of her trying to get somebody. Okay, I read that. Um, he must have a lot of flab when you lose a lot of weight, that skin just be hanging. All right, Sharon, thank you for joining. My daughter did, and she dropped weight really fast. And okay. Okay, let me look this thing up. What'd she say? She said, look up, pull up Cora and Stony. Okay, let's see. Cora and Stony. Um, I don't see anything. See everybody else's pages that are talking about them. See Stony page. Who said that to me? Mary, can you screenshot that and send it to me, please? Because I don't see that. Your stomach goes to the side. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I do know somebody who did do that surgery a long time ago. She, she didn't really lose a lot of weight though. But I do know, have another friend of mine, she started losing a lot of weight. Then started going back to eating the way she was, because I know your stomach is gets very, very small, and you really can't hold much food. All perverts on her live tonight. Some disturbing comments regarding baby A. Really? Oh, wow. Okay, good night, Lupe. Good night, most unique. Yeah, I looked that up and I don't see anything. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't put a no beady. Hold on. Let me see. Try that. Let me see. Coral beady stony. I don't see it. I don't see that. I see everybody else's pages, but I don't see that. That op called plastic sleeve for weight loss. Stonia's blue tick verified. Yes. But call out Queen. I think she's trying to say that whatever that page is, she's wondering if that's the page that, all of a sudden went taken down. But I don't see it, so I can't see what she's seeing. So I don't know. But I wanna see somebody sat there and said that she was on the damn, what do you call it, on her damn kitchen island. I ain't surprised. Stupid ass. I don't know why. I don't even know why she allowed her kids to get on that kitchen island. Got their feet all up there, and y'all sitting there, damn, cooking and preparing food, and your kids' feet are right there. It's crazy. Kids should not be up there. Look at her trying to act like mother of the year. What was Junie bringing to school for the thing? She bringing a gift? Hmm. Look like she got a thing of cookies or something. I can't tell what's in that container. Yeah, that's what I thought, that Meta took it. Like I said, I don't really know if Meta took it, or was it hacked, because usually Meta sends out a an email. One guy asked her to remove bait. Are you serious? On YouTube, which got deleted. Another one asked to be Baby A's friend. You know, I have seen men ask to marry Jay, grown ass men ask to marry her. And this is why, even on Facebook, she gets, inappropriate comments on there, and Jay reads them. And then she sits there and tells her, don't read the comments. But yet, you got her posted right in front of the camera. Of course, she's going to read the comments. When Nancy was here, her son was reading the rude comments. That's crazy. That is really crazy. And it is. That's very disgraceful, disgusting. And you're right. And this is the type of stuff that she is exposing those girls to. Not to mention, they're waiting for her to sit here and expose those children again. For them to be exposed in private areas, shown again. It's a damn shame that these kids are 4 and 6 years old, and they're no, as well, the school teaches the kids songs when they're very young in school, something about, don't touch my no square. And so that's why I call it a no square. And their no square has been all over social media and probably all over the dark web. And none of her followers have a problem with it. They don't call her out on that. You might have a few that might tell her, hey, such and such, thing is, it can see this, or she's exposed. So, and she ignores it. The only time she takes it down is if her sister's there. That's disgusting. And would you believe she would have random strangers? Yeah, I believe it. I do believe that that she would do that. We don't see everything. She doesn't post everything. If she were to have random strangers in her house, she wouldn't show it. And I believe she leaves those girls there too, because how can she be she have the girls, but yet she posts a video or reel, where she's out. How are you out? Having dinner with a friend, but you have your kids. Where the kids at? No, I'm not saying that's true or not. That's allegedly. That's just my opinion. But she better pray nothing. If she is, she better pray nothing happens with her crazy self. Just can't believe Justin is okay with this shit. It's ridiculous. And just like her goats, y'all ain't got no problem with how y'all, oh, we love the girls, but you ain't got no problem in how they're being treated. But that's okay. That's why every time she go out there and beat them drums, it's gonna turn right back around and come back on her. Hmm. Well, it seems like everybody's kind of sleepy tonight. Shoot, I wouldn't. Justin should have showed up to this thing too. That's what he should have did. I'm waiting for Cord, Don, and Stony to all show up at the same thing. That's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, there she go on the damn counter. Yep, that's what she does. I didn't get no stars. Let me show my ass. Crazy. Yeah, that would be funny. And awkward. Because matter of fact, when she went to the farmer's market, I didn't see the violin guy. And because I don't know if he was friends with Don and Stony first, but he was friends with them too. And I know the one time that, she ran into him at the farmer's market, he was talking about Don and Stony, telling her he had seen them at some event or something like that. She tried to play it off and change the subject, but I'm quite sure he knows what's going on now. He didn't know then because Don and Stony hadn't spoken out. But, so he didn't know that them three weren't friends anymore. No, he might not want to. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. But I know I would like to see their interaction. Sometimes it's not, you don't have to say anything. Sometimes it's that body language. You can read that body language about what goes on and how people really feel and things like that. Anything else anybody wants to bring up or want to ask a question or he might have run like everybody else. Not many people stay in her life. I mean, we don't know. For all we know, he might have a story to tell, but just hasn't said anything. who knows? Like I said, basically Don and Stony are the only ones that have stood up and said what they wanted to say. Her interview was in a warehouse yesterday. Exactly, it looked like a warehouse. Um, I was asking about feeding the homeless. They say, well, she says that she got uh, what do you call it, a citation. Now I don't know if it's where she has to pay a fine or is it just a warning. She said that they want her to pay $800 a month for like some type of license. And I guess she has to pay it every month. I looked it up. I posted something. I believe I posted something on my page. And no, she just needs a permit, which isn't a lot of money, and she has to have an inspection. It's just like any place here, body who sells food or even gives out food, you have to have proper training as far as like, like how she left all that chicken out all night. That you can't leave that chicken out all night, not just to sell it, but you can't even give it away. You can't do that. There are organizations that do that. Matter of fact, what was it? Oh, when they had the LA fires, she wanted to cook food. And because people, and she only was doing that because people were questioning her about why she didn't help people because, LA was devastated with all those fires. So many people lost their homes. I think Jay couldn't even go to school for a while because of a lot of schools were closed because of the smoke. And they told her she could not give out cooked food and give it. She had to donate non-perishable items to local charities. Let me see. Yeah, she said the citation came in the mail, which it would have. I am able to pull it up through Facebook, but it will not let me screenshot it. Really? Can you send it? Like, you know how you can share it to somebody? That's what it is. Probably mean a food handler's license. Most states here it is a requirement. She saw June writes with pencil at school, so why does she? I don't know why, but she should be. They teachers mostly encourage kids, especially in elementary, to write with pencil because it's easier. If you make a mistake, you can erase it. So I don't know why she makes her write in pen at home. Matter of fact, one of her goats was saying something like that, and actually she was like, "I should have added that to the Amazon gift registry." I'm like, "Really? A box of pencils? You can't even buy a box of pencils? You wanted to add that onto the gift registry too?" I'm surprised somebody didn't send it to her. But I don't know why she does it. Lets her write in a pen. I don't know, but no, I'm not kidding you. Somebody brought it up to her and said, because I guess Jay couldn't find a pen, so she ended up finding a pencil. I mean, a pencil. I think it was a colored pencil, but it really wasn't sharpened, or I don't know, something had something to do with a pencil. And she was like, "Yeah, I should have added that to the gift registry." I'm like, "You can't buy underwear, you can't buy hair bows, you can't buy well, them bobby pins I believe were for her. And now you can't even buy. I mean, you put everything on these gift registries. These people send you." everything. You're having an early breakfast? I thought you went to bed. You're having an early breakfast. But pencils, that's just sad when you can't even buy your kid a box of damn pencils. She would have had some if she bought because I guarantee you I don't know if Justin does it, but here well actually put in pretty much every state they give you uh school supply list. She can't buy pencils for the kids. I have a few packs here that my son used. Exactly. Um, they always give you this school supply list. And yes, the list is pretty long. I mean, they do want you to buy a lot of stuff. They ask you to buy, like hand sanitizer, like the Lysol or Clorox, wipes, Kleenex, crayons, colored pencils. They want them, like in June Jay's case, they would want her to have child scissors, glue sticks, magic, the magic markers, all types of stuff. Yes, they give you a long list. They do. They give, you know what I'm saying? And uh my son, he even has printer paper on it. I'm just like, damn, y'all want printer paper? Damn list be long as heck. But I buy it because he needs it. And then I get the pencils that they ask for. And then I also buy my own for, to have here. Even though most of his work is done on an iPad. They don't do a lot of their work on, yes, the washable markers. But, because they don't do a lot of stuff on paper, because he goes to private school. So they don't do a lot of, at his school, they don't do a lot of stuff on paper. Most of their stuff is on, they're required to have an Apple iPad, and most of their stuff is done on the iPad. They have all their, their apps for different classes and things like that, but I make sure that he has his own school supplies here just in case. And then, like, for instance, like if he has to do a school project, he has his own markers and all that stuff. Oh, let's talk about Coca-Cola. I just went and got Did you? Yeah, make sure you wash your face with it. And she couldn't resist the dance in the classroom. I gotta watch that. That somebody else said that. I'm just like, how embarrassing. I wonder if this is like, what did they be calling that? Um, they used to call it open house. Um, but that's when but usually that's towards the beginning of the school year. They have open house where all the parents or kids can come to school, and it's usually like a 3 hour time frame. But they also do have parent teacher conference when you go there, but that's embarrassing. She just embarrasses her kids. Then she looked around to see if anybody was watching. See, she shouldn't have had to do that. She shouldn't have been doing that at all. It was open house. See, that means there's a lot of other parents there and their children. That's embarrassing to her child. You want to act the fool on your own time, but not at your kid's school. People are going to look at her. They're not going to want their child to hang around her. June is a sweet girl. Her mother's gonna ruin everything for her. And yeah, I said it. If y'all don't like it, if y'all goats don't like it, too bad. But I'm telling the truth. I would never, embarrass mine. When I go to the school, of course, I don't act like her, but I would never, even if I did act like her, I wouldn't do that at my kid's school to embarrass him. I pick at my kids at home. It's, joking. We joke around and play around. And sometimes I joke with them and say, I'm gonna do this at school. And they just look at me with this look, but they know I'm joking because they know I would never go to their school and do that. You have to watch because Jay wrote the word. What? What the heck? Ooh. Oh my God. I wonder what was she did she mean to write that word? Oh, did she mean to write something else? Oh my God. Now I want to know, does Don get the free donuts after church? Are they the Krispy Kreme? Nah, Don don't get donuts. He don't go to the donut church. He don't go to the donut church. And then I couldn't believe when I found out that that's actually the name of the church. The name of that church is actually the Donut Church. I don't know if that's just like a little nickname or something like that, but I ain't never heard of no church named the Donut Church. She tried to erase it really fast and added what Jay. Wow. Yeah, but you know what? That girl done heard that name, that word before. She ain't pop out and just 6-year-old don't know what that word is. That's crazy. And breathe. Jesus, I can't believe that. Oh my goodness. Now she's going to say shit. Of course she is, because everything is his fault. Anything that goes wrong. But you can't sit here and give this man any praise because about how Jay passed her spelling test. How did you know what I'm saying? Her father might have helped her study. When my kids when they were younger and they had spelling tests, I used to, help them study for their spelling test. We used to go over the words, and then I would test them, I would after, they studied the word, I would take the paper, say the word, tell them to spell it. How did they know he didn't do that? You're welcome, Melva. I'm deflecting. I want Krispy Kreme donuts now. Don't judge me. I'm not going to judge you. That's another bashing, of course, because he gets blamed for everything. Just like when she sent the girl, they were like, oh, and they went in nice. They had nice, clean Nikes on. Those were the shoes Those sneakers were the ones that came from Justin's house that Justin sent Jay back home in. And she sent her back in the same one. Those were not the ones LA Mom bought. Those were the ones that Justin had bought. Not judging, I'm drooling. They sell Krispy Kreme donuts in Walmart here. A grocery store, our grocery store Publix, they sell them in there. You don't have to actually, go to the Krispy Kreme bakery. And now they got the Easter ones out. But I'm not a big donut person. I eat them though. Probably, when you want something and you don't have it. Exactly. You want it more when you don't have it. The bakery is about 20 minutes from here. Yeah, the one mine's is about 20 minutes from here if I want them like fresh, or what do they do that when they turn that light on? Meaning they just came out fresh. But I can get a box of them down the street from me at the grocery store. I just sent it to Bobby, return. I pulled this page up, but it doesn't have any followers. Okay, well, Bobby's sleep because she has to go to work in the morning. But I don't know. I'm going to look again and see if I can find it. Interesting. She only has shown A since returning and had that foo-foo for breakfast again. What do you mean? She's only shown A? She's shown J too. Hasn't she? I mean, yeah, I've seen her show J. I mean, A is there with her all day. J think you know Tazzy J. Tazzy, I think you know who I am. Same surname is here, but instead of my full here is Mel. No, I probably do, but my mind's drawing a blank right now. Krispy Kreme donuts took to my belly. Oh, no donuts. Definitely no love though. But she's been filming exclusively. Of course, she has. And like today, what she had that little girl going all the way downstairs, telling her to go get all the dishes. Well, damn, girl, how many dishes did you have in your damn bedroom? You sit up all night just eating? And why is your 4-year-old going downstairs picking up all your plates for you to wash? For you to wash, I mean. Now that, she can send A on errands through the house, now, she's doing the same thing as she used to do with Jay. I live in a small medieval village, so there's really no small bakeries around. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, Melva. I live in it's a city. I mean, the only place I wouldn't want to live is I wouldn't want to live downtown. Well, downtown, it's just apartment buildings and condos, and I wouldn't want to live near the theme parks, all that darn traffic. Most unique, that sounds like the pizza pregnancy, you know who I mean. Yeah, she did say that, giving an excuse for that wrinkled up belly. Child, that belly was like that. You act like you was eating pizza all day and all night. Talking about New York don't have vegetables. Yes, they do. Were you gonna find vegetables at 1 a.m.? No. But most pizza places also make salads. I have a bread maker, so I'll just make some donuts tomorrow or something. Mind you, by that time, yeah, you probably ain't gonna want it. And she could have had salad any time during the day. Everything wasn't about pizza because of her little wrinkled up stomach. She just wanted to, and she's always been able to, that she's always been able to stand there and stick her stomach out. You know what I'm saying? And make herself look pregnant. She always does that. So that's nothing new that she's never done before. So I don't know who she think. I don't know. Something's just wrong. Y'all know something's just wrong with that damn girl. All right, ladies, I've been going on. It's about 3 hours I've been on here. I didn't mean to be on here this late. It's 1:30 here. I gotta get up in the morning. Try to get me a couple hours sleep. Plus, most of my people left anyway, and now I'm yawning. Wait a minute. Why does she wear the same shoes to clean her house? I don't know. I don't even understand why she has to wear them hooker heels to clean her house. 1 minute she doesn't have on the heels, then she has to go put the heels on. I don't, child, we can't question any of the stupid things that girl does. She always does that. Someone asked her in her comment section, "Hi, what is it? Eczema? Exit? Oh, child, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I ain't trying to butcher your name. Wow, that's a child. How would she know that word exactly? I don't know how she would know that word because we already know how she knows that word. You know what I'm saying? Just like we still have the original cobblestones that have been here for five. Yeah, part of well, okay, let me finish this first. Just like who was it? Was it Jay that used the word titty? Like or where the hell would she learn that from? We have a place that still has some cobblestone from back in the day. Don't attempt that. I'm not. Oh my God, I can't say her name. But we have some places here that do have cobblestone, and I hate to go through there because you have to slow down, and oh my goodness, I hate to ride through there. I do not. But, that's how it used to be, and that's how you know you're in the historic area when you see the cobblestone. Bye, Susan. Have a good night. But I don't know, but I wish the teacher had seen it. Actually, I want to know what the teacher actually thinks about her, to be honest. That's a good question for me. At least you know what? At least she didn't go in there with her ass hanging out. Cuz usually that's what she'll do. But at least she knew better than to go in there with her ass out and really embarrass that child. But the school might have told her ass to leave because I know I would have. It was hilarious, but she sat in that restaurant, stuffed her face with all those noodles that somebody else sent her $100 for. I made a comment about the food was not that great. Hmm. It wasn't. And of course you had and then you only paid, well, you claimed you only paid $27, I think it was. But you had to feed them noodles again. Like usually like Jay's favorite is orange chicken, but you said you were celebrating her getting 100 on her math test and reading test. Then why didn't you order some orange chicken? She loves orange chicken. Usually she orders several different things. She orders orange chicken, the lo mein, and then she also orders the rice. But no, you just ordered the noodles. She sat there in the restaurant and stuffed her face. Exactly. Drunk the broth, and then said on the live stream in the restaurant, the food. Oh, okay, I know what you were talking about. Yeah, she did say that. But she sure okay, not okay. This isn't when she took where they went when she came back. Yeah, but she always says that. She eats up all the food and says, "Oh, it wasn't that good." Girl, you damn near licked the bowl clean, but it wasn't that good. And then walked around talking about, "I'm still hungry. Let me activate my black people or something like that." There we go again with the racist stuff, but you always want to call people racist towards you. You're the racist person. You complain about the US all the time, then go home. Go back where you came from. If the US is so bad. And then now you're complaining about Nigeria. Oh, it's not home. It doesn't feel like home anymore. I didn't have a good time there. Well, we couldn't tell. Oh, they charged me too much money to do your video. You didn't pay that much money because our money is way more than Naira. Naira, I mean, well, different countries, like I guess, uh, what is I forget what UK calls their money, but your money is more than our money. She loves when people send her money from the UK because it's more. She even complained about the interview having all white staff. Exactly. But maybe, they needed people to, do the cameras and all those other, audio, all the other things. And that's who applied for the job. Pounds. Okay, yes, that's right, pounds. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. She always wants to, I don't know. The girl's just, she always calls the racist card But she has a problem with everybody. I think she has a problem with her damn self. That's how I see it. She has a problem with her damn self. But it is what it is. I just, like I said, at this point, Justin needs to just step in and do something. And I'm hoping that's what he's going to do. Because usually, last time Justin took his girls off social media, that's what he ended up doing. Now, I'm not saying that what he's doing because I don't speak to him, but that's what he did last time. Last time he took his daughters off social media, that's exactly what he did. A while he kept them off for a while, and then he petitioned the court to take them off. And pretty soon, looks like the way Mr. Mark went, got charged, got held liable for these kids being sexually exploited, because we know it's true, because we see it. How many times we done seen them girls being sexually exploited? Yeah, he needs to save his girls. He surely does. You say that you refuse to let your girls go into middle and high school going through this. Well, okay. They're in elementary. Then you need to start doing something. You say you refuse to let that happen to them, then you have to do something about it. You think these elementary kids don't have phones? Especially in the world that we live in? We have a lot of school shootings here in the US. And that is one of the reasons why. Now, my older kids did not get a cell phone at the same age as my youngest one did. My youngest one got a cell phone, I think it was like 8 or 9 years old, is when I got him his first phone. I got him an iPhone so I could always track his location. And yes, he takes it to school with him. Just because he's in private school does not mean that that can't happen at his school. We've had several school shootings at private schools here in the US. He knows before I leave this house and take him to school, he knows the rules. He turns off everything. That phone won't even vibrate if he gets a phone call, because I need to, if something happens and you hear about it on the news, the school's not going to call you because they're in lockdown, they're in panic mode. They can't call parents. You'll hear about it on the news. You can't get in touch with the school. You're not allowed on the school property. They will let you know, like, hey, go to this location, and then you're going to sit there for hours waiting for children to be transported there on buses and pray that your child gets off that bus. And then the people who kids don't get off that bus, that's when they're flipping out, because they know their child was one of the ones that were injured or, God forbid, unalived. Mancy is mad at her. They fell out before she left LA. Nancy didn't like her. No, she did not. She was nice to them in the beginning. Well, Nancy can't, or she can't come back to the US anytime soon, because you know, Trump has that travel ban. They're not they're not doing any I'm not saying it's all, but they're not doing visas or citizenship things right now. But like I said, and you so a lot of those kids at Jay's school, they probably have cell phones. People are buying their kids cell phones, giving them cell phones younger and younger. She's going into, what is she going into, the second grade, I think, next year? These kids are going to find out. Did you see that girl calling JD? They always calling him a fake doctor. But they know he has they know he has a license, because how many times have they tried to get his license revoked? I think she should go and visit Outer Mongolia. I think they really like her there. British pound sterling, but these girls are gonna, people, these, and what's it, my mother used to always say this to me: kids are cruel. Kids can be very mean. There's so much bullying going on today. And that's what's going to happen to these kids. And I understand what Justin is saying, but we need to, instead of saying it, you need action. But at the same time, I do agree he doesn't need to do it like he did last time. Get on social media, I'm taking her to court and blah, blah. No, you need to do it. It doesn't need to everything does not need to be on social media. He needs to do it quietly, but he needs to do something, but those are their kids, and just because I feel one way, you know, he's going to do what he wants to do. There's nothing more than nothing I could tell him to say about it. Or, I can't make him do it. Just like I can't make their mother, stop exploiting them on social media and using them for money. Y'all say she got a lot of she says, y'all, they say the same thing, that she has a lot of content, but she sure uses those girls and pulls them back in, and they can't even walk away. She has to drag them in. Matter of fact, she shouldn't even been going live inside of the school. Usually they don't let you go live inside of the school for fear that you're showing somebody else's children. Only the school could take pictures and video of the kids, and then they make you sign a release form at the beginning of the school year to whether it's okay for your child to be filmed in their school. They don't just do it, because I know I have to sign a release form every year for my son to be videoed or have pictures taken of him. I usually sign the release form. My son is actually in a few pictures on the school's website for their advertisement. They usually switch, they switch kids around, and when they have functions or field trips or things like that, they take pictures of the kids. If you didn't sign that release form, your kid won't be on the website. Yeah, bubbly me. They still do that today. They can't take pictures of your kid, or they might take pictures of your kid, but they're not going to show them if you don't give them permission. But I thought you couldn't just go and take pictures of people's kids. Just like when she goes places and and be videoing people's kids. Man, you can't just be going around. Even I know you in a public place, but it's just it's about, respect. Like I would not, like, let me go somewhere and I see somebody filming my kid. Yeah, we're gonna have a problem. You're not gonna be out here just filming my kid. Why are you filming my kid? There's plenty of other things you could be filming and taking pictures of in this public place, but you ain't got to. Why are you filming my kid? I don't even know you. From now, you just look like a pervert. She's got people making eye. Man, let me tell you something. Them AI. We were talking about this earlier. Them AI videos are crazy. They got those girls looking so grown and inappropriate. I seen one where Jay had on thigh-high stockings with a short skirt. A had on boots with heels. They got makeup on. Crop tops that stop right up under their chest. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, no. Hi Gloria. It's really disturbing that this is how they're putting these children. Matter of fact, why are they not getting restrictions? Because didn't KO get a restriction because she had that little dancing baby dancing inappropriate and dressed inappropriate, and she don't have a problem with her girls on social. Well, I'm not surprised. Let me take that one back. That she's, but she should have a problem with her kids coming out there looking like that. But yet they doing AI videos with your children looking grown and sexy and inappropriate. But that's how you normally dress. But yet they got AI videos of you fully clothed talking about, look at her, she dresses so classy. No, she doesn't dress classy, but you got her dressed like that, fully clothed, but you got her daughters dressed like that. Now that don't make no damn sense. That don't make no sense. And I bet you they wouldn't put their children on social media looking like that, dressed like that, thigh thigh high stockings, like for real. But they don't care because they're not their kids, and there's nothing cute about it. Them girls are 4 years old and 6 years old, about to be seven. And they should not be dressed like that. It's bad enough that their mothers throws crop tops on them every now and then as it is, but you have them overly, you got them kids dressed like they damn KO. And it's sickening. But I don't think there's much that can be done because it is an AI video. Like Justin, as far as like Justin, saying something about it. I don't know. Because I know KO was getting mad that people were putting out AI videos of them and making money. And I don't think she was able to do anything about it. My spelling has it gone. I got to get some sleep. Okay, now this the third time that you done said good night. You said good night, then you said you're having an early breakfast, then you said good night, then you wanted some Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm about to get off here myself because it's going on 2 o'clock, and I got to get up at like 6:30. Make sure this one gets up for school, and and I make and I got to make his lunch. because I make his lunch every day to go to school. She's going, oh, yes, time to make the donuts. Shit, now I want donuts. After I drop this boy off at school, I might make that 20-minute ride and go get me some donuts. But instead of going to get the Krispy Kreme at the grocery store, I think I'm going to go to the main one where they make them at and pray the lights on that they're coming out fresh and hot. But all right, ladies, I enjoyed my time here. If I can make another day this week, I will. If not, it'll probably be over the weekend. We'll see how the rest of my week goes. Because I got a few things I got to do, and I got to go to work too. So we'll see how that goes. But everybody have a rest of a good night. Uh, It's 6 a.m. here. I've been awake since 7 a.m. And see, and you still ain't went to sleep. It looks like the only way you gonna go to sleep is if I get off. But I'm about to get off because I gotta get up in a couple. Like I said, I gotta get up in a couple hours, and well, that boy he can get himself ready because I already ironed his uniform. But I make his lunch, and he don't like sandwiches, so I have to fix him a hot lunch to bring to school. He's gonna I'm gonna have to do replay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in and Gloria and switch it to public because I don't know why every time I do a live it always sets itself to private. I have switched that setting many times, but it still goes to private. So everyone, if you don't see that, if it says private, I will go in there. I have to go in there and change it to public. Like last night, it took me 3 hours to do that because they were reporting my live. So it took forever for my live to upload. But I'll switch it to I gotta switch it to public or you won't be able to see it. But everyone have a good night, and we will talk again and laugh again. You're welcome, bubbly me. All right, thank you, ladies, everybody, for joining. Have a good night. Bye.